Alright folks, welcome back to me going through Phase 3 of the MCU, and today we'll be deep diving into what I personally believe should have been the end of this phase, and that is Avengers Endgame. This is the direct sequel to Avengers Infinity War and is the 22nd film in the MCU. It was once again directed by the Russo brothers and was written by Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely. The plot follows the remaining heroes figuring out a way to defeat Thanos and bring back the other half of the universe. Our remaining heroes are Iron Man played by Robert Downey Jr., Captain America played by Chris Evans, Hulk played by Mark Ruffalo, Thor played by Chris Hemsworth, Black Widow played by Scarlett Johansson, Hawkeye or now Ronan played by Jeremy Renner, War Machine played by Don Cheadle, Ant-Man played by Paul Rudd, Captain Marvel played by Brie Larson, Nebula played by Karen Gillan, Okoye played by Danya Gurria, Wong played by Benedict Wong, and Bradley Cooper as Rocket Raccoon, while our villain Thanos is played by Josh Brolin. I don't want to be that guy, but I'll be missing out some info in this video, such as the film's first ever tease, since I mentioned this in the Infinity War video. So if you want to know some more additional information in this one, please check out that video before watching this one. Anyways, we'll start off in May 2016, when the Russo brothers revealed that both at the time known Infinity War parts were going to be retitled. And by that July, Marvel stated that they were just going to refer this one as the untitled Avengers film. Overall, this is because Feige and the brothers kept telling us the title would give away plot details to Infinity War. Principal photography began on the film on August 10, 2018 at Pinewood Atlanta Studios, Georgia, with Trent Opelach serving as director of photography. Feige commented on the film and stated they wanted to film both of these movies all at once, but it would have just become too complicated and things would ultimately be lost. Anthony Russo felt quite shocked by this decision since it would cost a lot more money, and plus they had a very large cast for both the films. Filming then moved to England for the 2013 Asgardian scenes in early May 2017. The production overall wrapped on January 11, 2018. Although additional filming then was done in New York in June 2018, and reshoots began on September 7, 2018 and finished on October 12, 2018. Then once again reshoots began in January 2019, this is where they finally finished in Scotland for the new Asgardian scenes. The film's title and release date of April 26, 2019 was then revealed in its first trailer that was released in December 2018. Overall, VFX wise, there were a lot of de-aging in this film. Our original Avengers were de-aged for the recreated scene from the Avengers original film, then for the events in 1970, Michael Douglas, John Slattery and Stan Lee were also de-aged. Then we also had the famous scene where Evans had to be aged up. Overall, this was done by makeup and a stand-in reference. Overall, Jeffrey Ford and Matthew Schmidt were the film's editors. For music, it was confirmed by the Russo brothers that Alan Savorsky started work on the score in early November 2018 and was completed by March 2019. Overall, he reprised his previous themes from the previous Avengers films and even the first Avenger. He even included material he wrote for Thanos in Infinity War. Themes that the composer did not make but still featured in the film was the Ant-Man theme by Christopher Beck, the Doctor Strange theme by Michael Giacchino, and Captain Marvel's theme by Pina Toprak. The film had its world premiere in LA on April 22nd, 2019. The film then released in Australia, China and Europe on April 24th. It then released in the UK on April 25th, released in the US and India on April 26th, and in Russia on April 29th. It made $858.3 million in the US and $1.939 billion everywhere else. Overall, it made a whopping $2.798 million and had the biggest worldwide opening, making $1.2 billion, which was double of Infinity War's opening of $640 million. It also was the fastest film to make 1 and 1.5 billion, which took them 5 and 8 days each. Critically, Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 94% from 547 reviews, and Metacritic gave it a 78 out of 100 based on 57 reviews. It was nominated for 108 awards and won 37 overall. This was for the effects, editing, action, score, characters, and crediting it being the best science fiction movie of the year. Personally, I would say the best thing about this film is definitely the performances. For example, Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson's, Chadwick Boseman's, Robert Downey Jr.'s, Zoe Saldana's, Jeremy Renner, I think you get it. Although most of these performances are ones we have seen in better or worse MCU movies, so it's not exactly new. Honestly though, at times I do wish they tried to do something new with these characters, because mostly it's just a fan service film. I know this is because it's a finale to a saga, so I can somewhat understand it. And also the cinematography, I mean, it's just bleak for most of the film until, well, the final grand battle where it's beautiful as heck and not grey. Honestly, I just feel the Russo brothers had way too much to work with here, and overall I do think they did their best and they handled all these characters somewhat well. So overall, that is the production of Avengers Endgame and my overall thoughts on the film. Honestly, again, this is another short video like Infinity War's video, but again, these were two very secretive films, and I think the speculation what made it as big as it is. I can also say the same thing about No Way Home, which I will probably repeat when it comes to that video whenever you get to see it. So yeah, again, that's all I really have to say, other than please comment down below some other additional facts if you have any. I'd love to hear it, and your own thoughts about the film really. If you've been liking the Marvel Cinematic Universe videos for a while now, please like and consider subscribing, it would mean a lot. It's not like the biggest priority to me with this channel. Overall, the biggest priority to me is, well, getting to edit videos and talk about things I like and, well, sometimes dislike. So yeah, again, as I've said for the second time now thinking about it, I have nothing really to say, and hey, I'm back on camera now. You may have noticed some changes here with more Blu-rays and discs here. I've had to move one of the pop figures up somewhere you can barely see. It'll be zoomed in when I'm editing. And also admire this blurred version of my Godzilla pop, because I've decided to give him a bit of a makeover with my own lanyards and a mask that I used that's now on top of his head because the guidelines have once again changed in the UK. So yeah, glad to be back on camera. As I said in the last video, it's very fitting to be back on camera for the Endgame video. So yeah, I'll see you next week for Far From Home, and hopefully you'll be seeing these videos soon after me recording this video. So see you next week.
Bend reality to my will with a snap of my fingers.